Good morning. What's going on, guys? I'm Alex from College Gamer, and this is another morning rant with Alex. It's essentially just a small-time show where I wake up, I roll out of bed, and I start talking to the webcam about the gaming news that happened over the night, and anything that's just going on. I'm just ranting. This is day 4, so it's going pretty good. Good, whatever. Classes started yesterday, so I'm once again worn out just looking at my classes and stuff. The schedules for the classes look to be pretty lenient. I'm not looking like I'm going to be rushed to do a lot of things. There's a lot of papers I gotta do, but nothing that bad, which is nice. I've had worse, I believe. I don't know yet. I mean, I always say that the first day of class, so it's hard to tell. But today, there aren't really any news stories I want to talk about. I kind of just want to rant about the Nintendo Direct that happened yesterday morning. You can hear it, more of our thoughts, and I'm probably going to repeat a lot of what I say on the College Gamer podcast, which goes live later today. Since this is Thursday, it's going live later today. Essentially, I am going to talk about really what I don't like about what Nintendo is doing with the new 3DS. I think the new 3DS is a great piece of hardware. I think it looks fantastic. I think it's not any, it looks like the colors, okay, are very sophisticated looking. You got black, obviously. And then you have, a dark metallic red. But it's not like sparkly red that was in the original 3DS, or even, the dull red that was on the 3DS XL. This is more like a, a good-looking console. It's a good-looking handheld. I'm not going to say it's better looking than my Vita, but I mean, it looks pretty good. So, the thing I don't, and I know it's ironic, I'm wearing a PS4 shirt while I'm talking about this, but, essentially, I don't like how they're not including an AC adapter. They don't even include a charger for the new 3DS. For people who are getting this console for the first time, maybe they heard about the new 3DS, and they were like, well, I want a 3DS, I can play all the 3DS games on it, so I'm just going to wait for the new one to come out. And you don't even get a charger with it. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. As in, and I mean, I hate to be harsh on Nintendo, because they make some great games. Literally, the Zelda Wii U game looks awesome. I mean, and Smash Bros. Was a hit. I mean, not to be, no pun intended. But I mean, it's I don't think they really understand what they're doing. And then they had reasoning for why they didn't include the AC adapter. They didn't include the AC adapter because they wanted to save money for people who already have one. Which, I mean, kind of makes sense. But when you really factor it in, everybody who is getting the new one is going to sell their old one. I mean, unless you're a collector. If you're a collector and you like to keep your consoles around, you might keep it and you might have that charger. But the thing is, I know a ton of people who are going to be like, I can't just afford to drop $200 on this new console. I think it's $200. It's not $300, I know that. I think it's $200. I'm not going to drop $200 on this new console, so I'm going to trade in my old system that I'm not going to play anymore. It's just going to collect dust. Well, what's going to happen when you trade in your old system? You're going to have to include the charger for it. So now you're going to have to buy the new 3DS and buy a charger on top of that. You're going to have to buy a charger on top of the console. You're not even going to really be able to, all your money from your trade-in is going to go towards the charger. That's insane. That's insane. And it's like, I said it on the podcast last night. It's like if Sony released the PS4 in 2013 and they were like, oh, we know you really like the console, but you know, the power cord's the same as the slim PS3. So we're going to make you buy the slim cable. Sorry, we're not even going to include the power cable for the console. They would lose money. Nobody would do that. Nobody would go out and buy the console. Now, the 3DS is a little bit different because no other console's coming around now. So, I mean, it doesn't have a lot of competition. But still, people are going to open up the box, people who have no idea, you know, because there are people who enjoy video games who don't look at the news every day. They don't go and watch the Nintendo Directs. They don't do those kind of things. They're going to open up the box, and they're going to, you know, what if a relative buys it for, like, their grandson or their nephew or their son or, you know, and they don't even like gaming, and they don't know, and so their son opens the box, son or daughter open the box, and, you know, there's no charger in there. That's a problem. You know, then they're going to return to the store saying, I didn't get everything in the box. Well, you did. They're just not including a charger. That makes no sense. Comment down below. Let me know if it makes any sense to you. I mean, it makes sense for the people who have old 3DSs. They might have an extra charger. They might have travel chargers. They might have an extra charger. Or they're going to keep their old system, so that doesn't matter. But what about the new people? I can't come up with any plausible reason, because and the thing is, they have in the fine print that if something goes wrong with your hardware unit, if you're using a third-party charger, which is like a GameStop labeled charger or one of those Nyko chargers or something like that, if you're using a third-party charger and it messes your system up, your warranty is null and void, as in you can't even return it to get it fixed. You have to buy an official Nintendo one. Now, the official Nintendo one is probably only going to be about $15, $20. I can't imagine it being $30. If it's $30, that is insane, because that's the price of a game. And I don't see anybody doing it. Honestly, I see, and I don't know if it's just the US thing. That's another thing. The US isn't even getting the standard size 3DS. They're getting the XL and the XL only. And I know, at least personally for me, I would rather have the standard size one. For one, the standard size one has like the interchangeable faceplate, so you can change how your 3DS looks. The XL doesn't have that feature, unfortunately. And it's not coming to the US, the standard size. I'd rather have the small one in my backpack for carrying around besides the big one. Even though the big one does look nice when you're just kind of sitting there and you're playing, but transporting it is a hassle. You can't just put it in your pocket. And I don't like that. That's the thing that I wish they brought the standard here. And they brought the standard edition everywhere else. They brought it to Europe. They brought it to Australia, Japan, obviously, and everywhere else. But they didn't bring it to the US. Does Nintendo have something against the North American market? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, the European market got a ambassador edition. I mean, it was only for select people to pre-order. I think it was like you had to buy the first 3DS when it first launched before the price drop, and you got an email to pre-order the Ambassador Edition. But the Ambassador Edition was the standard size one with the interchangeable faceplates. It came with a cradle, like a charging cradle, like a charging dock. Like, it was cool looking. But obviously, Nintendo's probably going to sell that extra. Sell that extra. Like, and it makes no sense. And I want to support them so bad, because I want to play the new Pokemon game. I want to play Monster Hunter 4. I want to play Majora's Mask on the new 3DS. I do. I really do. Those games look phenomenal. But I tell you what, they're not making it any easier on me to go out and drop $200 on a new system, plus drop 30 on or 20 on a charger, plus 40 on a game. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. God, it infuriates me. It makes no sense. But besides that, Nintendo did have a good little Nintendo Direct thing. One of the 3DSs is the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate Edition, which is a really nice looking new 3DS. It's like this brushed looking steel. It's like silver, but it's like brushed looking, and it's, oh man, that is an awesome looking new 3DS for sure, absolutely. Of course, you have the Majora's Mask one that everybody's talking about. I'm not hugely into it, only because I'm not a huge Legend of Zelda fan. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for that, but I don't like. I like Legend of Zelda. I think the games are fun and everything. I'm just not as big as a fan. But I like how consoles look, and I think it looks cool. I just don't get all the references that are on the console. That's why I like the Monster Hunter one, because it's all plain except for the Monster Hunter logo. That's the only thing I like. But yeah, they showed some Wii U games. They showed some new 3DS games that are coming out. They announced a game. I don't know. Nintendo is weird at announcements, where Nintendo Direct is a great idea, but the way they present some of their announcements are really, really dumb. Like, as in, they showed off the next Fire Emblem. They didn't have a name for the next. They're calling it the next entry in the Fire Emblem franchise or something like that. That makes no sense. Again, I mean, why don't you just give us a title? I mean, even if you just call it Fire Emblem, give us a title, or something. But the next, I don't know. It wasn't a big deal. That just kind of bothered me a little bit. And then they have another game coming out. I think it's called Treasure Quest. Somebody comment down below if you watched it. It's I can't remember what it was, but the announcement trailer was odd. It was like something I couldn't help but laugh, because what would happen is they were interviewing this guy in the coffee shop, and he was wearing sunglasses inside the coffee shop, and he would like look into the camera. And no disrespect at all, absolutely not. But I just thought that the video was funny. He would be like, he would say something like, new gameplay features, and then it would cut to like this title screen that would have like these big bold letters, and it would be like, new gameplay features, like in like this like weird music, and it was like, is this like a trailer for a movie? I don't know what this is, and I really enjoyed that, and it was pretty good. I have no idea what the game is. I think it's called Treasure Tracker, Treasure Hunter, Treasure something. I don't know what that is, but that was pretty funny. Besides that, Splatoon looked good. Puzzles and Dragons, that's coming with a Pokemon one, or a Pokemon-like version of it, and then there's a Mario edition coming for that. Splatoon, there's a new Kirby game coming out. All those look pretty good. I don't know how to run a video game company. I'm not claiming I know how to run any sort of company. But you would think it would just make sense from what other companies are doing, that you would see a price drop in the Wii U. The new 3DS would have more options with it, and a charger. And, the games, they're good on the games front. I really believe that the Wii U has, and the 3DS, have a strong game lineup for 2015. Problem is, you're not selling any consoles for people who want to play those games. $300 for the Wii U, I personally believe, is a little bit too much. I think the Wii U should be $250. I think $250 would be an excellent price for a Wii U, maybe even $200. The new 3DS can be the same price. You could do a 300 bundle, with the new 3DS and the Wii U, and people would buy it. I don't know. This was a long rant this morning. I'm a little bit over my limit. It's about 15 minutes long, but I thought it was a pretty darn good one. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I've been Alex, and this has been Morning Rants with Alex. Thank you for listening. Be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Subscribe button down below. Hit the like button if you like this video, and then check us out on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Both of them can be found at collegegamer94. And check us out at collegegamer.net. Listen to the College Gamer podcast, which the new episode goes live today. We talk about the Nintendo Direct, so that should be very interesting. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.